It's the 2021 Apple iPad Mini Generation 6.
Welcome, marketing chefs. I've got something truly special cooking in our Omni-Channel oven today.
When September 24th came, I went out and purchased the iPad mini and the iPhone mini. And you can watch, if you click in the link above, my review of both of those. This video is specific to the iPad mini Generation 6, the Apple Pencil, and the Smart Folio Case.
Up next in the Marketing Kitchen. Welcome to the kitchen, the Marketing Kitchen. Hi, I'm Ron Vining, your host of MarketingKitchenTV.
Today's video is about the Apple iPad mini Generation 6 with the Smart Folio Case and taking a look at the Apple Pencil. In particular, we're going to be talking about how to turn your iPad mini into an iPad Pro. When the iPad mini came out this year, it was redesigned, going with a much smaller bezel within a screen size of 8.3 inches. And it's a fantastic device to hold in your hand. It's great for reading. It would be fun for playing games. You could use it as an entertainment media console for your home. So an oversized remote if you wanted, but there's just many options for this mini. So let's take a look at this unboxing here, and then we'll talk about some of the aspects that could turn this iPad mini into a Pro for you. This box contains cellophane on it, unlike the iPhone products that have come out this year. So I find that interesting. So Apple, in their commitment to the environment, have removed the charger and the plastic from the iPhone, but they have the plastic and a charger for the iPad mini. I really don't understand the logic in that, but I guess I should be happy that I can still get a charger in a device that I'm paying a ton of money for. And I'll continue to hammer Apple on the fact that it declines by degrees, charging us the same price or more, while at the same time giving us less. All right, unboxing the beautiful iPad mini here. This one is in space gray, as you'll see as soon as I take the wrapping off of it here, this protective wrapping, and I don't know why I'm taking so long to do that. I should have sped this up a little bit here, but look at the beauty of this space gray. Aluminum was not an available option, so the standard color. So this was the next best. It did come in the same colors that I showed at the beginning when I was showing some screenshots from the Apple website, but to me this is the most appealing, especially if we're talking about making your iPad mini a Pro device. Looking at the bottom of the device, we see the USB-C, which is new for this year, which is a great feature, as well as the bottom speakers. And here is the Touch ID sensor, which is a great addition. There is no Face ID, as well as the top speakers. Let's turn this on and boot it up and take a look and see what the iPad mini screen looks like. It is not the Pro quality of the two iPad Pro models. However, this does contain an A15 processor, which makes it more powerful than the iPad Airs, and obviously, again, in contrast to the original iPad, which is not running an A15. But based on benchmark scoring, the A15 processor is about on par with the M1 Mac. Or the M1 iPad. So, M1 and A15 are about the same. I love, again, looking at the packaging here. It looks like an old school iPod, if you will. See the click wheel and then the screen. But here we have the charger as well as the USB-C to USB-C cable, which is a great inclusion. And of course, on all Apple products, you get your little pamphlet booklet here. It has the stickers and everything. We'll take a look at that in a minute. But let's take a look at the charger. Now, I'm in Singapore, so we use 240. And so this power cube is based on 240 watts as opposed to US 120. So it's the cube is different. I'll show you that a bit more detail in a bit, but just giving you a quick unboxing so you see what the packaging was like for this iPad mini. This 6th generation device is really exciting. I think this is going to sell very well. Apple could have done a few other things with this to really have made this premium, but I think I felt that they didn't need to. Apple's big on iterations, so look for, and I'm not saying not to buy this because we've waited so long for it, a lot of users have, so I know you'll run out and get it, but I'm guessing the next iteration of this a year from now will be the device that we've most wanted. All right, there's the USB-C charger. Again, as I mentioned, this is for UK, and it's quite clever how this unfolds, because the UK chargers are quite bulky in comparison to US ones, but by being able to open and close that makes it more compact. Here's the booklet and the stickers, as I mentioned to you earlier. And they fit nicely right onto the screen. I didn't fix them there. And here's the Smart Folio, as well as the Apple Pencil 2nd generation. And you can see that the Smart Folio comes in complementary colors to the different device options that you can choose from. Do not buy white, by the way. I bought white for my 1st generation iPad Pro 12.9 inch. And I actually ended up buying 3 of them because they got so dirty and they started to fall apart. And anyway, there's the Apple Pencil Generation 2, and then contrasting this against the original, well actually this is the 4th generation iPad mini, just to show you what the difference is with and without the bezel. And the old iPad mini here was cellular. I didn't opt for the cellular model in this particular case. Aside from the smaller form factor, notice how much larger the camera protrudes. Apple is big on protruding cameras this year, giving their phones more Pro-like features. Speaking of the Pro, I did a review of the Apple iPad Pro. You can take a look at it in the link above. Here is the iPad mini next to the 12.9-inch iPad Pro. If you were to, with the new USB connection, connect it to an external monitor, as I've shown here, this is what I do with both my MacBook using a Thunderbolt 3 cable, as well as with my iPad Pro. You can do the same with your iPad mini now. I wish the iPhone would go to USB-C as well, but here's just an example of using the Apple Pencil on your iPad and then being able to look at it on the Thunderbolt screen. Let's take a look at the difference between the 12.9-inch iPad Pro as well, or in contrast rather, to the new iPad mini, since we're talking about it being Pro-like. So if you can have Pro-like features, as I mentioned, the A15 is quite equivalent in power to the M1. So you've got a very powerful device here at a fraction of the size. And just trying to line them up in all the screenshots here so you get an idea of the difference. While the iPad Pro has a better camera, the camera is quite good in the iPad mini. And the front-facing camera allows for center stage, which is great for FaceTime videos. Here is my USB-C connected iPad mini. Now, if you use Apple's external trackpad and keyboard, then you really could turn this USB-C iPad mini into an iPad Pro device. So this is very compelling in my opinion. We recently purchased the iPhone 13 and the iPhone 13 mini as well. And in an upcoming video, you can take a look at the comparison of both of those. At a recent trip to the Apple Store, we looked at the iPad Airs as well as the iMac. And in my opinion though, you could just simply pair an iPad mini or an iPad Pro to an external monitor and receive a similar experience. And before we went out and purchased the iPhone mini 13, I took a look at the comparison of the 12s in the store just to get a feel, because it's not a device that I was really familiar with, though of course I loved my iPhone 5S back in the day. Taking a look at appflix.com on our iPad mini, and then moving over to the screenshot on my iPad Pro. If you're an entertainment fan, please let me take a minute to share with you my website called appflix.com. If you're into all things streaming like I am, and if you subscribe to Apple TV or HBO Max or any of those, you would want to take a look, Paramount Plus, Disney Plus, you name it, or Amazon Prime, then you should take a look at AppFlix. So just go to appflix.com You could either create an account or just visit the site, and once you do, you can check out news. And we've got all different tiered levels of news, so looking at popular titles, comparison features. You can go to our Cinetaste and look at reviews. And here's an example of going to games and scrolling down here, just looking through some of the game titles that we have and taking a look at a Lego Mario. And at the bottom there, you can offer your comments. You could even offer your own review. You could rate that review. An upcoming feature similar to other video uploading services, you'll be able to create and share your own videos with our community. And there's just a number of great features in Applix. What I just want to share with you is that this is a community-based platform. So there's no paid endorsements here. It's not supported by anyone other than users. And you just can go here, you can read news, you can vote in polls, take a look at reviews, write your own blog, read other people's blogs, rate them all. Anyway, it's quite cool, so I just encourage you to check it out, and thanks for giving me a chance to share that with you, as it's something I'm very excited about. All right, we recently purchased the iPhone mini as well, and you can click on the link above to watch a review of that. So please check that out too.
I hope you enjoyed this episode. Remember, there's always fresh content simmering on our storytelling stovetop. So whatever happens in this kitchen shouldn't stay in this marketing kitchen. I'm Ron Vining, your host, reminding you to invite your family and friends to the next episode of Marketing Kitchen TV.